Tamara Bennett with Southern Adoornments Decor, and I'm back today to paint a Valentine truck with you guys. Sorry, I just realized I need to flip my screen for you all. That way the wording on my door hanger isn't backwards. So I hope you guys are having a wonderful night, and I've got something cool to show you guys. So first of all, many of you guys know that I am now doing or making and designing laser etched blank door hangers. So let me show you this. In case you guys haven't seen one of these before, it is cut out of 1/4 inch MDF, and it is laser etched. So when I run my fingernail across this, I can just barely feel those lines, but it's just enough so that the design is completely on there for you, and it makes painting it so much easier. And if this wasn't easy enough, I've got something even better for you. Let me show you this. Hello, Emily. Look what I have here. How many of you guys recognize something like this? Comment below if you know what this is for. You can get this free template, or it's not a template, it's a printable, a paint by number printable. So this is not going to print out in door hanger size. It's going to print out just like this. And if you cut your own blank using the template that you buy on my website, or if you purchase this blank door hanger from me on my website, then it will be like a little, sorry, I'm trying to activate my bot so that you guys can comment and get it for free. But it will print out and act like a guide for you so that you know exactly what colors to paint everything. Because I have everything pre-labeled on here, which number it is, what color it is, and then I even have some little options down below. So let's read through those real quick. So I've got like number 1, you're gonna need light teal. Now I didn't put actual paint color names on there. The reason I didn't do that is because some of you guys use Apple Barrel, and some of you guys use Deco Art, and some of you guys use Folk Art. There's like so many different brands of paint, right? So I just put on there that you, it's upside down, that you'll need light teal, darker teal, black, light gray, white, fuchsia. My husband walked in and he saw this and he goes, "What's fuchsia?" I'm like, "Really, honey? You don't know what fuchsia is?" Fuchsia is the color of my nails. Light pink and red. So those are the colors you're going to need if you want to paint it exactly like I do. So you can get this free paint by number printable if you comment with the word printable down below. And so this won't allow you to cut out the door hanger, but it will tell you what colors to use on your door hanger and where the colors go. So you could even like save this in a file for later if you couldn't remember what I used in this video, say next year. So, oh, thank you, Lisa. She loves my palette wall behind me. My husband and I have been working on it. We're adding more boards to the bottom to make it longer and wider. And so we've been working on it this afternoon, and I still have some more painting to do on it, on some of the blank ones. Okay, so let's get started. In case you're just now logging on, this is what we're going to be painting. It is a Valentine truck that says "Be Mine," and it is laser etched so that it is exactly like paint by number. All you got to do is follow the printable instructions. Just comment with the word printable, and you can download it directly from your Facebook Messenger. Okay. Also, I wanted to tell you before we get started, tonight is night number 2 in 10 days of Valentine Craft Facebook Lives. So each night, a different crafter on Facebook is going to do a Valentine craft. I believe I saw Debbie Poole comment below. Debbie, if you're here, comment your Facebook page. Debbie Poole from DLP Designs is going to be painting tomorrow night some sort of farmhouse craft. So go and watch her tomorrow night. All right, so let's get started. Okay, I got that all done. I'm closing my laptop. That way I don't need it. It is hot in here. I should not have worn a sweatshirt. I'm starting out with Key West. That is my choice of a light turquoise color. And I appreciate it to those of you who are sharing. You guys know that I love to surprise someone who shares my videos each month with some happy mail. So if you share the video, you might just get a message from me asking for your address so that I can surprise you with some happy mail. So thank you for sharing. I appreciate it. All right, so I am just, actually, you know what? I had forgotten the cool thing, and I don't paint these a lot, so this is the, whoop, I just dropped some paint on there. The really cool thing about this is even though it has all of these laser etched lines in it, look at this. I can paint right over them and the lines still show up underneath my paint. They're a little lighter, but I can still see them. It may be hard for you guys to see in the video, but this will make it to where I don't have to try real hard to go in between those letters. I can just slap this paint on there and then go back and do the lettering in a few minutes. Let me see if you guys can see that. Can you see how you still see the letters even underneath the paint? You can still see them. You can see like the outline. It may be difficult to see in the video, but I can see them very well here myself in the craft room. And it doesn't matter if you go over that fender just a little bit, because we're going to paint that fender a slightly darker teal color to create like a shaded look. So if you get it over that fender a little bit, it's okay. Do you guys decorate for Valentine's? Comment below if you decorate your house during Valentine's. Thank you for sharing, Tanya and Colleen and Lauren. I just might send you some happy mail. You never know. If you're wondering why everybody is commenting the word printable, if you're just now tuning in, it's because they want to download the free printable of the paint by number guide. So this tells you exactly which colors you're going to need if you want to paint one of these trucks yourself. You would have to buy the template or the blank in order to paint this exact shape though. The template's just $5. You can print it out at home and use it as a guide to cut your own door hanger with a jigsaw or a scroll saw or even a laser cutter if you own one of those. And then the blank, I actually have 6 more of these on hand. If anybody wants to buy one tonight, I can ship it out to you tomorrow, so it would get to you super quick. Michelle loves to decorate. Lisa says, I put my Valentine door hanger on my door. Awesome. I like to decorate for Valentine's. I don't go all out, but I do put something kind of on the door. And I like to make something for my little porch sign. Okay, so I'm still kind of making a mess of this and getting it on top of the window and on top of the fence. But you know what? I'm going to paint that window gray and I'm going to paint this little fence white. And I know, because I paint a lot, that gray and white will cover anything. So it doesn't matter if I get this teal on the fence or on the window, because the gray and the white will cover this teal with no problem whatsoever. So let me show you what I'm doing here. See how I just painted right there, and I even got it on top of the fence lines? I can still see the fence lines just fine, and I can still see my lettering. Can you guys see the lettering? I'm trying to hold it so you guys can see it, but I've flipped the camera, so it's messing with me. Okay, I think we've got all of the teal painted. Let me double check and just give it a real good look over. Make sure I don't have any thin spots. Looks pretty good. This Key West by Apple Barrel covers really well. So one coat usually does it for me. Okay, so while that's drying, let me show you the printable template again. If you comment the word printable down below, you can get this. This is a color, like paint by number guide that reminds you exactly which colors I'm using and where I'm using them. Now, I also put some instructions down here at the bottom that says optional. Add light gray bumper to the front and the back. The reason I wrote that is there is not a bumper etched into the truck. So that's something optional you could add. I also have optional add polka dots to the truck body. So we may do that in just a moment because I love polka dots. I also put optional add polka dots to the hearts because there are no polka dots etched into the hearts, but that kind of leaves it to where you could make it your own a little bit. You could make them striped or polka dotted or whatever, but these are just suggestions. How much is your truck that you have 6 of? They are $22.50 if you get the full size. You can also get a 12-inch size, an 8-inch size, or a 6-inch size if you just want to use it as a porch sign or a wreath attachment or a door hanger attachment. Do you have your own store? Just online. I only have an online store. I don't have an in-person store. All right, and so the other options are add a yellow headlight, because there's no headlight etched on here, but if you wanted to add one, you could. And outline the features of the truck with a thin black line. So that is something you could do. You could take like even a Sharpie, if you have one of those, after your paint is completely cured, you could use a Sharpie or a paintbrush or a Ryder bottle. There's lots of options here. Or a paint pen. You could use that to outline all of these etched lines later. Okay, so that looks almost dry. So let's go ahead and use the darker teal. I'm actually going to use that on this little fender here, and I'm going to kind of shade it in with some of the lighter teal. And I'm just going to, again, I'm going to paint right over those letters because the letters kind of go on top of the fender just a little bit. And so we're going to kind of mix a little bit of this darker and lighter teal to make a fender that looks a little shaded. This color is called Laguna. It's an apple barrel color. I think Deco Art Americana carries the same color. It's very similar, and I think it's also called Lagoon or something like that. It's very, very similar. Okay, so we've got that. Now I'm going to dip my brush in just a little bit of the Key West, and I'm going to shade it in on the top part of the fender of the truck so that it looks similar to the rest of the truck, but just a little bit darker. This is optional. You don't have to do this. You could just paint it the darker color and be done with it. I'm going to dip in a little bit more of that Laguna, and I keep adding the color back on there to kind of shade it in. So you just kind of use your own judgment on how much you need. So let me show you what that looks like real quick. That's actually way too dark. Okay, hang on, back the truck up. No pun intended. I'm going to paint over this with some more of this Key West because that's way too stark of a contrast now that I'm looking at it. Sometimes you do that and then you back up a little bit and you're like, wait a minute, too much. So go ahead and paint the fender this light teal and then shade in the darker teal. I should have done that first. Painted it the lighter teal. It's been a while since I painted one of these little trucks. Since Christmas, I guess. Okay, so that looks better. And just keep doing long strokes back and forth to kind of blend that color. And then we'll do the same thing over here. I'm going to paint it the lighter teal first and then shade in the darker teal. This truck would also be cute in like a gray or purple or even red for Valentine's, and then you could do the hearts in pink. So it's much easier to shade while your paint is still wet. If your paint is drying a little bit too quickly, then you can dip your brush in some water and keep it workable. What kind of wood? This is 1/4 inch MDF. That's what all of my door hangers are cut from, 1/4 inch MDF. Okay, so that's what we've got so far. All right, let's go ahead and while that's drying, paint the tires, and we're just gonna do them regular old black. And then if you're also just now joining, if you would like to share the video, I would much appreciate it. And if you're just now tuning in, I will remind you also that tonight is night number 2 of 10 days of Valentine Facebook Live crafts. Not all of them are by me. This is my turn. Tomorrow night will be Debbie Poole from DLP Designs. She'll be painting something farmhouse for you guys. So be sure to tune in to Debbie's page tomorrow night and watch for that. If you want to see a full lineup of who's painting each night, you can look on my Facebook page. I believe it was posted yesterday. Just scroll down just a little farther and you'll see a hot pink colored post with a picture with all of our information on it of who's painting each day and what they're doing. Not all of us are painters. Some of us are just crafters in general, so you'll get a variety of different kinds of crafts. If you guys are enjoying this video, I would appreciate it if you would hit the thumbs up or the heart button and let me know, because I love seeing those little thumbs pop across the screen and the hearts. It just helps me feel encouraged and let me know that I'm doing something you guys enjoy watching. Aw, thank you guys. If you comment printable, you can get the paint by number printable that I keep wanting to call it a template. It's not a template. It's just kind of like a little printable that helps you keep track of what colors I'm using and where the colors go and things like that. So if you're a seasoned painter, that may not be something that would be of interest to you, but if you are a beginner or you're not very confident, then this would definitely be helpful for you. Somebody said, how do you hang your door hangers? I always use jute string. I tie a knot in each end and then I staple it to the back of the door hanger. It's so easy. And I just use a staple gun. It's a Stanley light duty staple gun with 1/4-inch staples. Actually, if you go to my website and you click on resource list at the top of the page, you can see all of the tools that I prefer to use. And I have a little explanation underneath each one as to what I use them for and why I like them. And so you can head over there and get links to the staple gun I use, the staples, the jigsaw, all of those things. Okay, now I've switched to Granite Gray, and I'm painting the inside of the wheels, Granite Gray. And this whole time, I've just been using a little flat tip brush. It's by Royal and Langnickel. It's a size 6. It just seems to be a nice little size. So that's what I've been using this whole time. I've just keep rinsing it out and reusing it. If you have not gotten your ticket yet to the Southern Adoornments live show, or if you haven't heard about it, it's going to be March 21st through the 23rd in Nashville, Tennessee. I'm the host of it. It is a 3-day crafting event where we are going to be painting every single day, and we are also going to have a few beginner business workshops, and there are actually only 11 tickets left. 11. So if you haven't gotten a ticket to that yet, go grab one. Vicki, if you want to buy the blank, which is the wood cutout, the 20-inch size like I have here is $22.50, and it does come laser etched. It'll come just like this. I already have 6 of them pre-cut for you guys, so I can ship them out tomorrow if you buy them now. They're $22.50. If you want to get wreath attachment size, that's in there. If you want to get just the printable template to cut your own, that's just $5. And if you comment the word printable, it will send you this little printout with all of the paint by number suggestions of where to put each color. And it will also give you a link to go buy the blank or the template in the shop if you would like to have that. Do you guys like the printable paint by number guide? Maybe that's what I should call it, a guide instead of template. If you like these guides, I can start creating them for some of my designs in the future. I think it would really be helpful to some of you guys who are brand new to this. What size is this? This one is 20 inches. I've got 5 or 6 of them in there that I'm ready to ship tomorrow if you guys buy them today. So they would get to you pretty quick because they go out priority mail. Okay, now I'm switching to Bright Magenta by Apple Barrel, and I'm just going to paint this big heart right up here in the middle. Sorry if I sound a little funky. I've been sick. Like it's kind of like a head cold or something, or sinuses. I don't know. I've had it off and on since Thanksgiving. It keeps going away and then coming back, and I have felt cruddy all day. So I have saved my energy for you guys. This is like after this is over, I bet I'm going to crash on the couch and recharge the batteries for a little while because I have not felt well all day. Okay, I need to extend this color down here just a little bit underneath the fence. Okay, so let me show you what I just did. We just painted the heart and I extended it down below the fence just a little bit. Joanne said, is it good to put a clear coat? Yes. I always coat mine with, what is it called? Rust-Oleum lacquer or Rust-Oleum, I think it's called Crystal Clear Enamel. They're sprays and they do great. I love both of those. All right, I'm gonna switch to a light pale pink now. This is a Deco Art Color Cotton Candy. I'm on medication too, so I think that's screwing with my brain. Makes me where I can't think. Thank you guys for sharing. I appreciate it. Okay, now there's some odd spots in between some of these. So I'm just going to paint them like an odd color, like the underneath. This is going to be red. So I'm going to fill this in with light pink. so that it looks like there's other hearts kind of piled up underneath there in different colors. So we'll do a light pink there and a light pink here, and then we can do another red down in the bottom. And then we'll do red over here also. So let me show you what I'm talking about here. See what I mean? It's kind of an odd spot underneath the fence, so we're just going to fill that in with other colors. Yes, I mostly use Deco Art Americana now. I used to always use Apple Barrel, but now I love Deco Art Americana. So I kind of switch it up. Oops, I need to shake this one. Where are you from? I am from Murray, Kentucky. I kind of live halfway between Murray and Benton. So if you know where that is in Western Kentucky, then that's where I'm at. Okay, now I'm going to switch to red, and this is just True Red by Deco Art Paint. Deco Art Americana. And I'm just going to paint this other heart that red color. Okay, and then I'm going to add a little red over here in this little odd area. I probably should switch brushes. This flat tip brush is getting a little big for some of these tight little spots, but we'll just make it work. Okay, and then I've got one more odd little area here. Oh, I shouldn't have rinsed my brush. I'm going to paint that area red also. There we go. Okay. So there's all of our little hearts that look like they're piled up in the back of the truck. And then we're going to go back and paint the little fence. You need to try the Deco Art Red. Yes, this one covers really, really well. It's called True Red. I really like it. You're from Louisiana. I was just in Louisiana a couple weeks ago. I was in New Orleans, actually. Renee says, I ordered new paints and I can't wait for them to come in. Don't you just love getting new paint? I do. All right, this light pink needs another quick coat, so bear with me while I put a second coat on that. And then I think we might add some glitter. So, you know, that's not on the printable. If you don't have the printable, you can comment printable below to get the little paint by number guide. But there are some optional things down there, suggestions for ways to spice it up a little bit, just like a recipe. You know how you get like a pasta recipe? And you can either do it exactly as the box says, or you can do the little extra add-ons. Like sometimes it'll say, try this with broccoli added. And I'm always like, no, I'm not putting broccoli in that. My family would not like that at all. All right, we've got all of our background colors. So if you're just now joining us, this is what we started with. A laser etched blank truck. And this is where we've gotten to so far. Oh wait, we don't have all the background. I forgot about the little fence in the back. What is that called? A guardrail? I don't know. But if you don't have your little printable, comment printable so you get your paint by number guide, so you'll know exactly what colors to use on everything. And somebody suggested that these would be great to use at paint parties. So that would be an awesome idea if you need something like that. All right, let me find a smaller brush. Let's see. This one might be good. This is a little bitty angle brush. I don't use angle brushes very often at all, but I'm trying to give them a fair shot because I rarely ever use them. But I think I would enjoy them more if I actually tried. So we're gonna give it a shot here and see if I can work it as well as I can the flat tip brushes. So far, so good. We're just filling in that cute little fence or whatever you call it at the back of the truck. Yeah, I can't handle the angle brush. I didn't last very long. We're going to switch to a round tip brush for this part. I just feel like I can't control the angled brush for some reason. I don't know. I know a lot of people really love them, but I just can't seem to get on board with it. I always feel like I'm fumbling around. And I think it's just whatever you get used to. I'm not used to using those. But I got some new brushes, and they had some cute little angle brushes in there with them. And I thought, you know, I need to try to use these more. I can't make it happen. You just have your favorites, you know. Sideboard. Thank you, Sandy. I couldn't remember what these little things were called. I keep calling it a fence. I just got my hand in the wet paint. How many of you guys are planning on coming to the Southern Adoornments live show in Nashville in March? Comment below if you're gonna be there. Let's take a head count. I'm fixing to put up the t-shirts that are gonna be our official t-shirts for sale. If you guys want to get one of those, I'm gonna try to get those posted by tonight if I don't crash after this live is over. Pam says, I use angle brushes a lot, but I do use round too. I use all of them but the angle. I don't use the angle hardly at all, but I use all the others. Okay, we've got that little side rail. Is that what we said? Side rail is what that's called. Isn't it cute? Look how cute. So, now that it's dried, can you see the lettering really good? You can still see the Be Mine lettering. It's really easy to see. So we're just gonna fill those in. Okay, let's switch to black paint. Black paint. That's what we're gonna do. Oh no, I'm getting ahead of myself. I wanted to do polka dots. What was I gonna do polka dots with? I think I was gonna take the Key West. I have to think about what my plan was. The Key West paint and mix a little bit of white in with it. I'm just using a little 1 1/4 inch sponge pouncer. Actually, it's called a spouncer if we want to get all techie. And I've mixed white and Key West together. Let's see if this is light enough to show up. Not quite. Let's add some more white. Okay, so this is just barely light enough for you to see it on this teal. The cool thing is I can do this right on top of the letters and still see the letters. Sounds like the kids are popping popcorn in there. I'm gonna do some halfway off right up here. I'm gonna do one halfway on right there. It's gonna get on the window, but I can paint over that with the gray. It's okay. We'll just touch it up. There we go. Okay, can you guys see those polka dots pretty good? They're just barely light enough. Like, yeah, you can see them. This is a filbert tip brush, and I'm gonna use this to do the lettering. So if you're just now joining us, this is what we started with. You see the words Be Mine. We painted right over them, and now we're getting ready to fill them in. Will you do an Easter version of the truck with the eggs in the back? You know, Nancy, I don't know. I haven't even gotten that far yet. We'll see. Maybe I will. Okay, I'm gonna try to do this without getting my hands in the wet paint. I felt like I was gonna say something, and she made me lose my train of thought. We are painting an Easter wagon in the Painters Clubhouse at the end of the month. And so if you guys are not members of the Painters Clubhouse, it will be reopening March 28th. You can join then after the Southern Adoornments live show is over. March 28th is when it will be reopening, and we'll be taking new members. So if you want to get on the wait list and be reminded, you can go to paintersclubhouse.com and get on it there. I'm just following these little lines. It's kind of funny because I'm doing the letters backwards here. I'm starting with the last letter in the word because I didn't want to get my hand in the wet paint over here. I knew this little window was dry, so I'm putting my hand on the window and just filling in these letters. How many of you guys are like really intimidated by hand lettering? If you're intimidated by hand lettering, this is really easy. Even if you're using the template, like the printable template that you can get in the shop for $5, if you're using it, it has the lettering on there. So all you'd have to do is use some transfer paper and trace right over the lettering, and it would put it right on the truck for you. I'll have to do a tutorial on that sometime, showing how to do that, because it's really easy. What brush are you using now? This is a filbert tip size 6. It's a crafter's choice. I like that it's made of plastic and it's got the little rubber gripper. My husband got these for me for Christmas. Well, this definitely makes it a lot easier And like I said, I have about 5 or 6 of these already cut out and ready to go. So if any of you guys buy these to get shipped to you, they will go out tomorrow if you buy them tonight, because I have them already ready to go. All you got to do is hit purchase, and it will, all I got to do is print the label. Easy peasy. All right, we've already got mine on there. See, be mine. You're needing guidance in freehand lettering. Well, Robin, that's just one of those things that you really just need to practice, and you will get better at it. There are some tricks, like certain kinds of brushes you can use. I really like to use filbert tip brushes. Some people switch between filbert tip and round tip as they paint. So they might use the round tip for like the upstroke and the filbert tip for the downstroke, so that their downstrokes are thicker. So just play around with different kinds of brushes and see, you know, what you like and what seems to work best for you, because everybody's different. You might even try using a writer bottle. Writer bottles are kind of like those little squeeze bottles that you use. You can squeeze the paint out of them and make lettering that way. There are lots of people who do that. These polka dots are still wet, and I keep getting my hand in them. Linda, are you talking about the blank door hanger? If so, you can get these in my shop, southernadoornmentsdecor.com. This is a 20-inch blank, and it is $22.50, and it is laser etched, so it's like super easy, especially with this little printable guide, because it tells you exactly what color to paint where. And so there's no like trying to guess or figure it out. It's all right there for you. All right, I'm going over parts of this M because the polka dots underneath were a little wet, and so it's not really, really black. It's kind of streaked with a little bit of that light teal color. Okay. Oh, there's another spot. All right, there's our lettering. Isn't that cute? So easy too. I mean, I did it upside down, for goodness sake. Okay, so here's what the blank template looks like, or the blank door hanger. And then here's what the painted door hanger looks like. Now you could leave it like this and it's super cute, but I have a hard time leaving things alone. I like to add more and more detail. So I like to get a little round tip brush. See how tiny that is? It is a size 1. And you can get some black paint and trace like the window, and it just adds just a little bit more detail. If this kind of intimidates you, you could even use a Sharpie or a paint pen. And so just trace out some little details on it. There we go. You could even trace the little fender down here. I might not trace the whole thing, but I might add just a little bit, because I don't want to get into the lettering. So I might do just parts of it, you know, like this, like just a little bit of a dashed line, like that. I'm going to do one on this side. There we go. And then I might even do a little bit of a line like around the edge of the truck like this. And then we're going to go back and we're going to add some glitter to those hearts. Whoops, I got a little crazy with that line. I may have to go back and straighten it up in a bit. And you could even do a little bit along the bottom and along the bottom of the fenders. Hi, this is Charlie, my 3-year-old. Come here, let me try to pick you up. You're really heavy. Did you dress yourself today? Yes. Show them your shirt. What's it say?
It says,
so much fun.
So much fun.
All right, well, I'm going to get back to painting.
Hi.
She said hi. Bye. Bye, Charlie. Okay, I'm also adding just a little bit of an outline. I'm not outlining the entire thing, but I'm just more like highlighting it. The little side, what did we call this? A side rail? I've already forgotten what we called it. but I'm kind of accenting and highlighting the shape of it with just a little bit of black. That might seem like an odd thing to do, but I think it makes the details kind of stand out just a little bit. So let me show you what I mean. See how it stands out just a little bit more with that black highlights? Okay, now let's do some glitter on the hearts. I've got Craft Twinkles by Deco Art. They are like little glittery sparkles. It's like a glitter paint. We're gonna try this. Thank you, bed rail. That's a good word for it. Thank you, Robin. I think it looks good too. All right, I'm gonna switch to a flat tip brush. Get some of these Craft Twinkles. Look how glittery. And I'm just gonna apply it to this big pink heart. I think I might apply them to all the hearts because it's very pretty. Okay, let's put some on this pink heart. Now, the Craft Twinkles are pink, but the stuff the twinkles are in is kind of like clear, so it's not going to show up. It's just going to show the glitter. So we're just going to put it on all of the hearts. Okay. I always upload these videos to Facebook. So if you're watching right now and you're on Facebook, come follow me over here. If you're watching me right now and you're on YouTube, come follow me over here on Facebook because it's so much easier to get in on the fun when you can comment right along with the video. And if you're looking for this little, what is this called? Printable guide. It comes with the template that you buy, and you can get the template and the blank in the video description on YouTube. All right, so I've got my little glittery hearts. Look how glittery. Can you guys see the glitter? Sort of, maybe. You're having a hard time finding the twinkle. Okay, I'm gonna outline them just a little bit in black so that they pop just a little bit more. And then we're gonna add some like white accents all over the door hanger. There we go. Okay, so we've got some little black accents. Now I'm gonna rinse that brush out and dip it in some white. And then I'm gonna use the white to kind of create like a little three-dimensional effect by making it look like the light is bouncing off of everything. So I'm going to do a little bit in the window here, and then along the top of the truck, and then the tires. Can't believe I nearly painted this entire thing upside down. Now if you do this on the lettering, it's going to make the lettering look really cool. How neat. Okay. And maybe just a little bit on the fenders. And then eventually we have to find a quitting spot because I can just keep on keeping on. All right, so here we go. It's the finished project. How cute is that? Doesn't that lettering look amazing with that little white highlight? You don't have to do that on there. You could have stopped before I added all these details if you're a beginner. So you can start with a blank etched door hanger, just like this. Follow my instructions and get one like this. And if you haven't gotten your little printable, what is this called again? Paint by number guide. I'm gonna have to drill that in my brain so I don't forget it. A paint by number guide. Comment the word printable below, and you can save that and use it for paint parties or keep it for next year. How do you know where to highlight? Julie, I try to just, you know, you wouldn't highlight like in the middle of the truck, like on a random spot. I try to think about like if this was sitting in the sunshine and the sun was hitting it like at this angle, where would the sun bounce off of? The sun would bounce off like the hood and the top and maybe reflect in the window just a little bit. And then we wanted these letters to look three-dimensional, so I highlighted those so that they look like they pop. And then of course on the top of the hearts and things like that. So, and then the little tires. So just try to think about like if the sun was hitting this truck, where would you see light? So if you want to get some of these little craft twinkles, somebody was asking, they're Deco Art. You can get them at Michael's or Hobby Lobby. or I think I have them linked in my resource list at southernadornmentsdecor.com. Click on resource list at the top and you can find them there. All right, I hope you guys grab one of these little trucks and paint one for your own door for Valentine's. They come laser etched just like this, and you can follow my instructions on my little printable guide and make your own. Easy peasy. And like I said, I have 5 or 6 of these already ready to go and ship out. So if you buy them tonight, I'll send them out tomorrow. All right, I hope you guys have a wonderful afternoon, and don't forget to tune in to Debbie Poole at DLP Designs tomorrow night for another crafting live. She's going to do some sort of farmhouse decor. So I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.